Welcome to Flip of the Week. Today we will be talking about pedal hopping. It's a subject that I find is a fun thing to try. Don't always recommend it on every gig, however. It's something that I started getting into when I first started playing double bass. When I started finding that I need to be able to get from my hi-hat to the bass drum pedal. And then later on seeing some drummers or percussionists playing more pedals than just the standard hi-hat and bass drum. The first real big influence for me was Horacio Hernandez, who's a teacher and friend of mine, and he's awesome. Check him out. His use of double bass, hi-hat, and especially his left foot clave was really a big inspiration for me. Then after that, I also took lessons with Matt Johnson. He played with Jeff Buckley and currently plays with Rufus Wainwright. He started using like a wood block and a tambourine pedal on his left side, which that gave me some good ideas. With the Davy Jones band, I used to play a left foot tambourine just to add a little bit of that kind of 60s recording element where they had tambourine. It's very prominent in all the recordings. And one more guy that really got me into pedal hopping was Antonio Sanchez. When I saw him do the Modern Drummer Festival, he was playing with a cowbell beside his right bass drum pedal. So that just gave me some different exercises, some different ideas. But I do get to use them kind of on the gig because with pedal hopping, it's very important to have a balance in your chair and have your pedals positioned in such a way that you can get around them easily. And also, I think focusing on the different musical aspects that they can provide is kind of where I took my practice of pedal hopping. So the first thing I did was I had to figure out how to get from the hi-hat to the double bass pedal without really losing the balance in the hi-hat or just shifting too much weight in the chair. So I'll give you a couple examples of that. So once I had that going, moving my foot to the double bass, then I got that left foot cowbell pedal. I was trying to, add some different rhythms and things, but before I could really get that kind of happening, going through books and stuff, I just tried something really simple that was kind of a modification of an idea I learned from a Greg Bissonette video. Greg Bissonette was talking about how his double bass playing started with a left foot lead because he was very accustomed to playing eighth notes in his left foot. So it made sense for him to just mirror that on the bass drum pedals, play the left foot as the leading eighth notes, and then filling in the right foot with the 16th notes. I found that worked really well when I was starting to use my left foot clave pedal in conjunction with my hi-hat, and I kind of came up with this whole thing. So I already had my eighth notes going in my left foot, and what I would do is I would just pedal hop from my hi-hat over to my cowbell pedal on the quarter notes. So my left foot was still doing eighth notes, but on the downbeat or the upbeat, the cowbell could be played. And it was pretty easy to work that into my groove since I was already very used to playing my hi-hat on eighth notes along with the groove. So I'm going to play it, I'll keep the hi-hat going, and then I'll start moving the pedal over, and you see how that works out. So once I had that going, then of course I had to take notes away and make it feel as smooth as possible, while also using some of the stuff my left foot was already used to. For example, if you're playing like a country beat or a swing or something and your left foot's used to 2 and 4, I started implementing that same idea of 2 and 4 in my left foot on a pedal with a tambourine on it to fill in the tambourine I would have been playing with my hands. So this is kind of a groove that I do in a Davy Jones show with one of the Monkey Tunes, where the tambourine is on 2 and 4. I'll play the verse quietly and I'll have it in my hands, but then as I get to the chorus, it opens up to the snare and ride, and I'll put the tambourine in my left foot. So now the final idea from the Antonio Sanchez inspired idea with the right foot cowbell is that I tried to start working with that and adding it into like a double bass and clave kind of pattern I figured out from watching Negro play. So I'll start that out. It's a 3-2 clave where the left foot's playing the clave part, and then the right foot's playing kind of a tumbao, and then I move my left foot over, and it just kind of fills in almost like a double bass little flurry thing. And then once I get that happening, then I just throw the right foot over to hit the cowbell on the one of the two sides of the clave. So that might sound really complicated, but I'll just play it for you and I'll kind of build it up. Once I worked that pattern out, it was just simply this: playing the clave in the left foot, and the tumbao on the right foot, and then once I had the double bass happening, then I would just throw the other bell in one of the notes that I was playing on my bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I really want to stress when it comes to pedal hopping is really try to have a really balanced seating position. I try to sit kind of far back on the seat so that my weight is actually in the middle of it, and my legs also have a little bit of support underneath. My legs can kind of just go wherever they need to. So whenever I'm, moving either left foot, my center of gravity is always there so that my hands can keep doing what they're doing. And this is just a fun exercise. I suggest you guys, if you have, extra pedals around or cowbells or anything. I actually got a lot of these pedals from either friends or I fixed them. I found them in stores and stuff. Then you can start to implement maybe some new musical sounds into your drumming, and also you'll have the coordination to get around to your different pedals, and it won't feel foreign to you as long as you just work on adding those eighth notes over to the side, pedal hopping that way, or keeping your balance to get over to the double bass, or trying to fill in with your hands so that your feet can move around wherever they need to. Be creative. Try whatever you see, whatever works for you, and have fun. And don't fall out of your chair. It happens sometimes. It happens to me all the time. When I know I've really hit that new zone of practice, it's like I'm a full cup of water, and I just learned something new. So when I stand up and I fall over, it's like I forgot how to walk. It must have been a good practice day. So anyway, have fun, and we'll see you next time on Flip of the Week.